So last video we discussed how we normalized our energy over a month. And as you see here, we have our propane normalized for the number of gallons per month used. And that is from our measured sheet. What I've also done is I've gone ahead and added our electric bills. So here are the kilowatt hours used per month. And again, the electric company was gracious enough to add up each month for us. But what we're going to do now is we're going to actually start calculating the EUI. So I have a new sheet. I'm going to call that EUI Calculation. And we'll just start off putting some data on the top. We're going to do the year and the square footage. The square footage for this facility is 35,000 square feet. The next thing we're going to put in, of course, we need our each month. We'll do our January, February. Gonna grab these, pull it all the way down to December. And I'm going to go ahead and bold these just so we know where we're at. The first column that we're going to discuss is going to be our electricity. And the first thing we want to put in is going to be our consumed kilowatt hours. And again, I'm just going to take this whole row and I'm going to wrap the text and open it up a little bit more so we can make it look good. And again, here's our apples. So for our pears, we're going to convert our kilowatt hours to kilobtus. That way we are comparing pairs to pairs again. So electric kilobtus. So here's our electricity calculations, and we'll just go ahead and let's merge and center those two. And now we'll have our propane. Put in our propane and our consumed in gallons. Open that up a little bit again. And the propane kilobtus here. Again, merge and center. And I'm also going to fold this. And just to make everything make it a little easier for us to view, I'm going to add some borders. So we got our border here. Let's put a border in for electric. And let's add the border for our months. And just for giggles, we'll go straight across here also. All right. So first we're going to do is we're going to fill in our electric bills. We're going to fill in the kilowatts for our electric bills. So I'm going to select my consumed kilowatts. I'm going to put equal sign, go to my electric bills, go to my kilowatt hours for January 2017. I'm going to select that. I'm going to select that box there, press enter, and that brings it over from January. Click and drag, and that'll bring me all the way down to December. And of course, it's going to play my boxes a little bit there. That's fine. Let's do the same thing for propane. Equals, head into our propane normalized. Come right up here for January 2017. Select it. Click and drag. So as far as conversion factors between kilowatt hours to kilobtus and gallons to kilobtus, again, feel free to use Google for your conversion factors. I'm not going to have you memorize your conversion factors. If you decide that you're going to follow up your courses and get certified as a Certified Energy Manager, a CEM, with AEE, the Association of Energy Engineers, I can't remember, but I think you have to memorize your conversion factors there. But I'm not gonna make you do that. So we're gonna pull our electric and our propane. Our electric to, and let's just put kilo-BTUs here. Hold on here. Kilo-BTUs. For electric, our conversion factor is going to be, for me, it's for what I looked it up, is 3.412, and propane is 91.55. So here are our conversion factors. And you know what? I'm just going to highlight this in yellow so I remember where my conversion factors are. I'm going to bold everything up again just to make it look nice. All right. So we're now going to convert our electric BTUs. So to do this, we're going to, this is going to be equals our consumed times our conversion factor, and enter. So that gives us a fairly large number here. I'm just going to give it a comma and put it back to the whole value. So we got a fairly large number. I'm going to click and drag. And why did this not work out? We talked a little bit about it in the last video, but if we remember when we take a look at the two factors that we're multiplying, as we click and drag down, we did not hold this space. So what we should have done is, again, we select the conversion factor, press F4, and what happens is this locks it to this cell. If we only have the dollar sign before the B, it would lock it to the column. If we have only the dollar sign before the number, it would lock it to the row. But since we have the dollar sign in front of both, it locks them to the cell. So let's get rid of this right here. Let's try this again. Select it, select the B21, which is our kilo-BTUs, and we're going, our conversion factor, press F4, lock it in, press enter. Now when we click and drag, as you see here, it stayed with the electric and dragged it all the way down. But it also played around with my box a little bit, and I probably should have waited till the end, but I'm going to put no border in. That gets rid of all these boxes, and I can just select and grab my box again. All right, so we're going to do the same thing here for kilo-BTUs. For the propane, it's going to be equal the consumed times the conversion factor. And again, we're going to lock it to that cell, press enter, click and drag all the way down. There we go again. And I'm going to not do this next time I make this video. There we go. And put our little border around, make everything nice and neat. All right. So now we've converted our electric consumption and our propane consumption to kilo-BTUs. The next thing we have to do is we got to add them up. Fairly easy, huh? So we're going to take a total. You know, and we're going to do a sum all the way across. So equals the sum of this whole column. And we're just going to click and drag all the way across. So now we have the totals for, we have the totals all the way across now. And again, I'm going to make a comma and then drop that all the way back. All right. And again, just so we know what numbers we're dealing with, I'm just going to go ahead and highlight, actually, let me back out of this, Control Z. I'm just going to highlight in green my kilo-BTUs. There we go. So now we're going to do our calculation for we're going to start actually calculating our annual BTUs. And let's go ahead and add some spaces here. I should have done this. So I'm just going to select a bunch of rows here, and I'm going to insert. That'll push down our conversion factor. Notice how conversion factors, notice how it didn't change our calculations. So first thing we want to calculate is our annual kilo-BTUs. And this one's fairly easy. It's going to equal the sum of the electric sum plus the propane sum. For parentheses, add that together, and here's our annual kilo BTU. So kilo BTUs per year. Now remember, our EUI is the kilo BTUs divided by square foot. And then put our 2 here, and since we're a civilized group here, we're going to go ahead and turn that 2 into an exponential 2. So, so I just highlighted it, format cells, bring this up here so we can see it better, and I'm going to superscript it, and there we have our kilo BTUs per square foot. Now, again, kilo BTUs per square foot is we're going to take our sum is going to equal our sum, our annual kilo BTUs, divided by our square footage. I should have put that parentheses there. That's just a reminder. It's going to be our annual kilo BTUs, so the sum of these two, divided by our square footage. Enter, and that gives us our annual. That gives us our energy use index for this facility at 82.37. Again, let's just go ahead and make it a whole. Let's just make it a whole number of 82, and that's it. Calculating the EUI is fairly easy, as you see. We just take our consumed energy, we convert it to kilo BTUs, add all of our kilo BTUs together, then divide it by the square footage. Fairly easy. If anybody has any questions on the process, again, feel free to contact me. But otherwise, this is going to be the majority of your project. Now all you have to do the rest of the project is figure out a couple things like your annual energy cost, your energy cost per square foot, and your equivalent CO2. I look forward to talking to you later.